It's really cold now, eh? What do you reckon? I should probably put something on, eh? A little bit warmer. I might put this guy on, eh? That's better. Alright, let's get the show on the road, eh? So today's video is gonna be inside because it's just too cold out there. It's very windy. So welcome to the garage. And today what we'll be doing is we'll be putting on some bark busters. This is the ones right here. Alright, hopefully angles are good so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Alright, let's have a look what we got here. So I got the VPS version, so you can buy the actual guards themselves, so the metal parts. You buy them and then you can choose what plastic you want to have on them. So you can choose rather big ones like the Storm. I think most people have those. And then you can have ones that are slightly smaller or more expensive, better looking. Okay, so we've got quite a few parts here. Now there's a manual. Okay, first off they're talking about how to take off the original handlebar end weights. Undo screw in weight about 3 turns, tap screw head into free up, pull weight out while using up and down movement to remove the complete assembly. So I think the way it works is the screw makes the inside expand and that's how it's actually holding on. So let's see, I've read that it can be quite hard to get it out, so I'm curious to see how we will go. That's 1, 2, 3. I can't tell if it's moving. I think it is moving, just not very quickly. So you don't want to unscrew it too far because then the whole assembly will come apart and then it probably gets a lot tricky to get it all out. That's some good exercise, I think. Probably would have been a little bit easier if I had a little bit more room to play with, but I'm sure we'll make it work. I think it's getting there. There's another piece. Yay! There we go. That's one. We'll go to number 2 while we're here. This one might be a little bit easier because of the angle. Oops. That was easier. This one looks like it's got a little bit of rust on it. Alrighty, so that was step 1, removing. What else we got? So that's undoing. Installation shown on the left side. Loosely assemble the clamp to the handlebar with a clamp connector. Okay, so there's a fitting tip saying that there's a ridge inside the handlebar in the internal surface, and that ridge you need to align that with so you have to align it with the slot that is going to expand once you screw it in. So that's this here, so you got to make sure that's aligned. What you can do is use a Dremel style grinder and actually get rid of that ridge. Now, I don't have one, so I'm gonna hope and try it will just work. It will just fit. Okay, so that's one assembled. That one goes there. Then we have that one, fits into there. Now we've got this puppy, which faces out. And that guy there, good to go. Alright, next up. Let's assemble the clamp on the handlebar with the clamp connector. What have we got here? Allen keys. Alright, let's have a look. Let's see what that will look like on the bike. It's gonna end up like that. These pieces are one for each side, so you just gotta be careful which one you choose. I'm guessing like this, 30mm ones. Let's say this is how it goes. Sorry about the mess. Alright, and we've got an Allen key. What size do we need? I don't really know the sizes, so I'll just go by looks. Yeah, that's a 5. Okay, so we've got some trouble here fitting it in, so I'm gonna have to cut these, possibly on the other side as well, just so I have good access. Might put a zip tie back on once I'm done. Ah, that's quick. Battery died already because of the cold. It's not lasting as long as normal. So I have to find another battery. I think this is about as good as it gets. I'm guessing this is how it's being attached. But then again, maybe I'm missing something. That looks right to me. So I might just double check with Google's so we can find that. So where were we? We attached it on the side and now we're trying to play around with this side to make sure it all fits nice and neat. I'm guessing having it all in line will be the strongest way of having it because you can sort of angle it down a bit more. So all we have left is one screw or bolt, I should say. So we'll pop that in there and then I think we're gonna get a pretty good idea of how it's all looking if that wants to go in. Feels like it goes in, but that's a little bit hard. I need an Allen key for that one. Not sure if it's the same size. Yeah. Okay, so that's in most of the way. I think I'm gonna have this all the way in. So a quick look, see what order they're saying. Loosely assemble the clamps to the handlebar with the clamp connector. Attach the handguard backbone with applicable parts to the handlebar end and also clamp connector. Position the backbone so it is horizontal when viewed from the side and tighten all bolts in the following order. 11, then 9, so this one, okay. Okay, so when it's all lined up, you have to start with the end. Screwdriver, there is a torque spec for this. I don't actually have a small torque wrench, I only have a big one, so I won't be able to use it. This is actually an Allen key, so no screw anymore. Is that this guy? Yeah, it's all the same size, makes it easier. Now, I don't know how far this is meant to go in, and because I don't have a torque, I don't really know how tight we're going. So I'm just gonna do what I can do comfortably by hand, and then I might come back to it and make sure it doesn't vibrate loose. But that looks I think it's pretty good movement in that. Moving on, number 9, which is the top one here. That's the next one to be tightened. Same thing, I'm going to tighten it until I feel like it's tight enough. I think that's pretty good. Next, number 8 and then 7. Okay, so number 8 is these two, and then number 7 is this guy here, which has got a little bit of pivoting going on, but it allows you to still change those angles a little bit once these guys are tightened. I'm kind of watching both sides for the gaps, see if we can keep them somewhat even. I think that's pretty good too. And last but not least, the one in the middle, which I might need this little guy for. Which way am I going? No, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. Alrighty, I think that's pretty good. Let's have a feel, eh? I don't think it's going anywhere. Alright, so up next is the other side. I won't film the whole thing, but I'll let you know if there was anything different. Probably the routing of this here, putting it under the cable might be slightly different. And by the looks of it, I might have to actually move my rem mount if it's sort of in line the same way. So that's an extra little job for me. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, so on this side, I'm having a little bit of trouble getting this in, having this to go all the way in, whereas the other one seems to be going in pretty easy, whereas this one, it feels like something is holding it back. So I might just give it some good taps and see if it will go in. But something seems to be stopping it, and I'm not sure what it is. Alright, that looks pretty good. So now we have this issue of having a lot of space in here. I've tried to tap it in, but it doesn't go all the way in, so we'll see what happens when I actually tighten it up, see if it will go in further. Otherwise we might have a problem at our hands. What I'm doing here, all it's going to do is expand and then get stuck, so I'm guessing I still somehow have to get that in because there's too much space there if you compare to the other side. The other side only has a little bit there, so I might try again, give it a few more taps, see what happens, but I don't like the odds. It doesn't seem to go anywhere. I do remember that one of them actually didn't go as far in as the other one, but I had a feel inside there's nothing stopping it, so I don't really know why this is happening. I might leave it for now, and then I'll talk to the people on the Facebook groups, ask if they've had any trouble with it, and then I might revisit it and redo it, because me just tightening this will still make it attach, will expand, and that way it will sit in without moving, but I don't like how much space is in there. So we'll see if anyone else had any troubles with it. Alright, so the last piece of the puzzle are these ones. So they're the wind deflectors. Let's have a look, eh? What else we got? So it comes with these little deflectors on top, and there's some extra holes, so you can actually change the height of them. So you can either have them in line, or if you like them a bit higher, which I probably will at the moment because it's winter, then it really gets the cold air off your hands. So I might go with those. It doesn't actually say which screws you're meant to use. So there's no actual thread that goes into the aluminium bar, which means I don't actually know how well that will stay. So I guess that's also something to keep an eye out on. That's one. Alrighty, that's it, all done. So 1 out of 5 difficulty. So 1, it's all pretty simple. Just follow the instructions, so you'll be right. I think that looks pretty cool. I might take it for a little spin just to see what it feels like, and hopefully they'll protect the levers. So if I do fall, I don't have to worry about this too much. And as always, thank you for watching, and you know what to do if you haven't subscribed already. If you have subscribed, just give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you didn't like it. And I'll see you back on the road, eh? And thank you for joining me on my journey. See ya.